Okay, welcome to our call on September 28th on Monday night. We are going to talk about a few different things tonight. We're going to hit a little bit on Brandon, that's my son's name, branding and marketing a little bit, but to help you get to the right people. And I'm going to start with a little bit about, we have our team sneak peek going, and I want to thank Mallory, who's not on right now, but Mallory, Vicky, and Jeff, and Lisa, did you post in there?
Yeah, I put, no, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think you posted, so I'm not thanking you yet. So I'm going to thank Mallory, Vicky, and Jeff for already going in and posting. Remember, our customers want to see you, but they don't, even if you don't have customers in there, go in there and post under day one and introduce yourself, because if they become part of the team, you are part of the team. Okay? So whenever we have a sneak peek, even if you don't have someone in there, just remember that people want to connect with a team, so they need to see a team. Lisa, that post with everybody's transformation, I'm going to do that tomorrow sometime.
Okay.
Or maybe even tonight, just to slide that in there. Customers are, our prospective coaches have not really interacted too much with the group as of yet. I haven't seen them go in. I sent only my customers a message. So if anybody else has someone in there, Vic, you have someone in there, you can send them a message to come join our group.
Yeah, I did have somebody in there, but the reason I didn't want to message, I have them added, but sometimes they don't, get the notification. So I wanted to message them, but then nothing was in there. And it's like, I just thought like everybody was going to put something in there and they would see we have a team. Like I didn't want them to go in there and just see it was just mine and yours this morning. And I didn't even know I had a person until last night. And I had already done my video just because I wanted, to do it.
Well, yeah,
I want it to be successful. I want people, I don't want them to just go in there and be like, well, where's the team? So it's kind of embarrassing, so I just wanted to wait until more people put everything in there.
Okay.
Trying to get somebody to sign up, you don't want to look like nobody's in there.
Well, you have yourself and two others and mine at the start, so you could definitely ask the person about coming in.
I just expected it would be a little different, that's all. And then, if everybody's not even posting in the morning too, I'm just thinking like during the day, like that person would have to get a bunch of notifications every time somebody posts in there, because it's like they'd have to keep going in there to see everything. I feel like if they looked at it today.
Vic, that's how it's always been. That's a sneak peek.
Well, it's always been like in the morning there was a post, in the afternoon there was a post. Not like all day, every single time, like whenever a post can come. You know what I mean? Like it's
No. I know exactly what you mean, but they would still get notifications when other people ask questions.
But somebody doesn't have time to, some people don't have it like that where they can go on there a bunch of times during the day. They're at work and stuff.
And that's fine. When they sign
wait.
in, they'll see all the notifications. So it's not like, they're going to get beeped. When they sign into Facebook, they'll get the notifications. So basically, yes, it's best for all of us to make sure we do our posts in the morning. But I'm not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get that done. So
I know you're not on the same time. But
so it's going to be on my time zone when I do the post. So I'm sorry, but 7 o'clock in the morning is when I will put up the post my time. I know it's 10 your time, but I am not waking up earlier.
No, I know that you're in a different time zone.
So I will be putting that post up by 7 a.m. Pacific time. Next month, it's different. I'll be Mountain Time. Because we don't change, everybody else in the world changes. So
your hours are
Arizona doesn't change.
Arizona does not change. So you all change, we don't. So we'll be actually an hour closer in time with you guys starting sometime next month. But like I said, I will get it up there by 7. I normally get it up before that. I don't really want to hootsuite or buffer that post. I think it needs to be a genuine, organic post going in there. So it'll be done as soon as I get up. And then after that, if you guys could follow through and do your posts. Now, if we need to look at the topics again, we can look at the topics again so you know what to be posting. Today was in introducing yourself, so please make sure that you do introduce yourself before you go to bed. Are you in a car, Lisa? Yeah. Hi. Okay. So anyway, so before you go, after this call, if you could go in there and introduce yourself, that would be awesome. It'd be great if you did a video. If not, at this point, for this, our first one, at least go in and say, hi, I am Cheryl. I'm a coach here. These are my favorite things, blah, blah, blah. Just do something. I had my why in my coach and how I became a coach. That's what I did today, how I became a coach. Then you can see, did you guys see the videos? Did anybody bother watching the videos? I had them up for a whole week. Did anyone see my videos?
I watched.
Yes.
I saw your videos.
So everybody watched all of them.
Not all.
Okay, then you won't know the topics for each day. Right?
I wrote down the topics for each day because when I watched them so that I would know what I was talking about when I had to do them. So.
Right, and that's what was the important thing.
But I was
The
confused
request
about
was
day one and the day two because it was kind of the same. You're talking about coaching and I guess why you.
well, one's why and one's how you became a coach, So what you've done with it, you could definitely, one is mine was how I became a coach, my cancer story, and then how I found Shakeology. And I talked about today's coach. I talked about discount coaching, even though I didn't like the word. That's what I was. And then I became kind of a hobby coach. So I tried to explain there that there's all different ways of coaching, so that if a person is so afraid to jump in, I explained my journey of how I was a discount coach for the longest time, and then all of a sudden people were coming up to me and saying, I want to do what you do. And I'm like, what is that? What do you mean? Teaching? What? And, they're like, no, I want to look like you, what you look like, that kind of thing. So I became a hobby coach where every once in a while I'd actually, work with somebody with their health. And then it just grew from there to the point that I'm here full time and it's a business. And I said that in my video. So that was my day one. So if you want to follow suit, saying I started as a discount coach where I jumped in right in for business, however you want to say tonight, you may. Tomorrow you might want to do your why or how it affects you personally. What does this do for you personally, helping other people? I mean, to me, that's, wow, I help people, and when we start talking about marketing, you're going to realize how important your helping people is and the connection that people have with you. And then the next day we go on to the next topic. The topics are this basic listed there. I do have a Google document that I can share with everyone if you want to see all the videos. I'll post that document, or actually I don't want anyone to change that document, so I will post it and then not let you change it, I guess. I'll have to put a lock on it because otherwise, I see you raise your hand, Craig. Give me a sec.
What? I did what?
It said you raised your hand. Did you need something? Or you were fixing the camera? Okay.
No, I was trying to figure out how to get all you guys on the same screen. I don't know. I must have hit something.
Yeah, no, it was Zoom has a new feature now where people raise their hand and lets the speaker know.
Sorry.
That's okay. So what I'll try to do in b.e.a.t, I will post that document somehow, or to link to that document without giving anyone edit properties. And then you'll be able to look at all the videos so you have an idea of how this 5 days goes again. I mean, I left it up for a week, but go right back and look. But it's very important that the team supports the team, period. If you're thinking there's a team there and you see one person speaking, which basically is what we had before. And, in survey after survey, because I used to send surveys to people, how did they like the sneak peek? And the reason why people kept redoing it, they were bored after the first day. So we don't want that. Day two, they're totally bored, right? We want to get them interacting. So if you're not interacting, they're not going to interact. That's basically how that works. If our own coaches are not interacting and helping whoever's in there. 1 month, I might have 0 people in. Does that mean I'm not going to put my stuff up? No, of course I'm going to, right? So even if you have no one in there, you're going to support your team and let them know there's a whole team there. So, okay, that's done and over with. Everybody understands. I'll post the link for the Google document in b.e.a.t, and everybody's going to support everybody for this week for the sneak peek so that people could see how much value there is to be doing what we do, and that is a pure opportunity that they can take advantage of. Okay, my topic today was a little bit of, I paid for practical social media, and so did Cheryl. She's done that, some of that. And you did that too, Lise? Okay. Well, today I actually reviewed some of the marketing. And when my internet allowed, I actually was watching the videos that they gave. And I have some, the beginning of it, there's this quote that I wrote down right away, and it's by Henry Ford. It's, whether you think you can or can't, you are right. What does that quote mean to you? I'll say it again. Whether you think you can or can't, you're right.
Well, whatever you tell yourself is what you're going to believe.
And so that's it. So if you get frustrated and says, I can't do this, well, you're right. If you say, you know what, I'm going to put that behind me, I can do this. Well, you're right. So whatever you put your focus on what you can do. I mean, you know how many times people told me in my cancer journey, you can't do this? How many times people said, you can't get out of bed. You can't start exercising. You can't change your foods. If I listened to all those can'ts, I wouldn't be here. So don't put can't in your head. Get it out. There's no more can'ts. It's I can, but I had to figure out how I can do it. That's the goal, right? I know I can do this, but I have to figure out how I can do it. That no will be a yes one day. Trust me. Trust me. I'm talking to people that have been saying no to me for years right now. Trust me, the no's turn to yeses. No's are okay. Does not emotionally say to me, I need to stop what I'm doing. Now, people say that business is business and you have to take your emotion out of it. Well, I'll tell you straightforward, there in certain aspects that's true, but a good percentage it's not. The reason why I'm saying that is that the only way you will connect with people is emotionally. This business is emotional business. So when it comes to no, 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 you take your emotion out of that because you know they're going to turn to yeses someday. But we are running, when you market yourself, you're marketing yourself in an emotional aspect. So you got to weigh out business and emotion. Certain aspects of our business, we have to say, okay, I got another no. Woohoo! Yes, you know that's going to be a yes. They will turn to a yes. That's your mindset. No more mindset, oh God, I got another no. I keep getting no's. I can't handle these no's. Put those no's on a yes list. So you put the no's on a list saying, that's my next, these are my next yeses. And put all those no's there. They will be your next yeses. So don't worry about that. When we talk about branding, branding is actually very, very confusing. So, but extremely important. Now, if I tell you to hold 2 shirts, and I tell you that one is $6.95, the other one's $49.95. Guess which one is which? And you're holding them, right? And you're touching them. You're smelling them, whatever you need to do to try to figure out, just rubbing them here, rubbing it here, and go like this, rub it on your face. A lot of people put things on their face because that's where you really feel, right? So you're doing all this, and then you have to guess which one is the expensive one. And then I tell you, well, they're made exactly from the same place. They're made the exact same way. They might have even come out of the same door, same time. And then you're like, how could this be? Well, then why is one $6.95 and the other one's $49.95? I'm going to turn around, you're going to see the Nike logo. Why is it $49.95? Because of the brand, not because of the logo, because of the brand. Everybody wants Nike. Why do they want Nike? Well, it's not because of their logo. The logo is just your face. It's just a picture to connect. Logos aren't as important as the brand. They developed Nike, and how they developed it. And when did it take off? Does anyone know when Nike really took off?
Back in the 80s.
And why was that? Who brought emotion into that brand?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. If I could fly, you could fly. Everybody wanted to fly. Who wanted to jump like Michael Jordan? A whole new face of the brand began. Now everybody wants to be like Mike. How many times have you heard that? That's when it came out with Nike. So that brand totally changed when the emotion got mixed in. The emotion of the winner, the emotion of a person who would not quit. His commercials in the beginning weren't just about him flying up in air, but you always remember that. It was about being told that he was cut from the high school team, about being told he couldn't do this, about being told he couldn't do that. Then you see him fly and make that shot. So they added emotion to their brand. What happens when you add emotion to your brand, people connect with you. They can connect with you because everybody has emotions. They might not show them, but they have them. So trust me, they have emotion. So they put emotion in, but with that emotion, there was value. You really can't have one without the other. So as you're branding yourself, believe it or not, that's what you're doing. This is a business, you're branding yourself. As you're branding yourself, you're going to have emotion, which most likely is your why. Why are you doing this? That's all emotion. It's your transformation, it's your why. My story, I don't have a weight loss journey, but yet I'm successful. How does that work? Right? Because people always say, well, come on, you have to have a weight loss journey to make this work. No. I have a health story. My brand is not about weight loss, though many people come to me about weight loss. Can anyone guess what my target niche is and what I brand myself on? If you go to my page, would you be able to tell?
Cancer.
Cancer survivor.
There you go. I'm a cancer survivor. So my brand has to do with disease, fighting disease, and helping people become healthy. That's me, right? So my brand has the emotion of surviving and the value of helping people fight disease. That's my brand. It has both of those things. What's your brand? So when you go look at your page, right? I go look at my page and I go down and I don't see things that have to do with nutrition. Most likely I'm not working my brand because that's one of the biggest ways I fought the cancer. So when you go, and this is what I would like everybody to do, don't just look at today's page. Look at, go back. Look for the last month. What have you been doing this last month? Because you don't create a brand in a day. Brand takes time to create. Now, once you have your brand, you have to figure your target audience. My target audience for me, I'm telling people I want it to be about nutrition. I've been telling you for the longest time, I wanted to be able to sell the 21-day fix more. I want all about nutrition. But I don't get those people. Why? Well, because people don't follow me for just nutrition. They follow me for healthiness, to get healthy. They trust me because I fought cancer. They trust me because I understand what it's like to be ill. So the people who are doing these crazy, looks like my regular Wi-Fi is coming up. Let me check. Hold on. This way I wanted to spend all this data. Hold on. I hope I don't lose you. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Woohoo! That was expensive time so far, so. All right.
Cable company.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you yell at them. Okay. So now your target audience, like you keep making things smaller, 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 right? You got to get to your exact area. So my brand, most likely, whether I like it or not, has to do with my cancer and illness and surviving. I can't get away from it. I tried. But when people come to me, they come to me because of my story, my brand. You know, so you have to figure out your brand and your target market from there. You have to make it very small. People say, I just want to help everybody. Okay, well, that means you end up helping very little. Because you're not going to attract, if you think you're attracting everyone, like I thought I had a very broad-based attraction. I had people from so many different walks of life come to me. But when I look back to, and I did that today, I look back to so many different messages. In almost every single one, sickness was involved. In almost single one, either themselves or their loved one, like even Lisa's sake. I went back to our messages to see when I was talking to you about coaching. And it went back, and your daughter. We talked about your daughter with her disease, you know, her digestive problems. So when I went back to so many of them, almost every single one of them is connected with a health issue, a real health issue. So no matter what I thought I was selling to people who really wanted to work out hard, because I sell those very intense packages, right? In that conversation, there was always a disease. So what's my target audience? My target audience are people who have been touched by disease in some way or another. It could be a family member, a friend, it could be themselves. They are in fear of disease, they want to fight disease, whatever it is. That's my target audience. So it might look very broad because I have all different people, but it's not. It's actually very precise. And I didn't really realize that until today. So I'm not going to keep going into totally, but hopefully that, you know, helps you a little bit. I'm going to skip over some things. And I have a couple other quotes. I have a quote here that if you are spending money, or in this case, time, we spend time to market without a connection to a brand, you might as well burn it. So fine, let's work on finding those brands for each other. You need help, we'll work with each other on that. Because if you don't have a brand, you're gonna touch both shirts and say they're equal value, right? What makes you more valuable than somebody else? What makes you different that they should come to you? That's your brand. And that's why we need to start focusing on that. Without a brand, there is no focus and there is no value. So if you're struggling a little bit, well, maybe we haven't branded. Okay. I know there's so much here, so I'm not going to do it all. But another cute story that they mentioned, and it's so true. I don't know how many of you remember that Coca-Cola introduced a new brand, a new Coke. Do you remember that? And even though it tastes better, they did a year's worth of surveys and tastings, and it tasted better than the other Coke. When they announced the new Coke, they got creamed. They had to go back to the old Coke. They had to stop. They lost millions of dollars. Lost millions of dollars. Why? Because they touched the brand and the brand was great. You know what I mean? The brand was working. So they touched their brand and made it the new Coke, the new Coca-Cola. Nobody wanted a new brand. They probably could have marketed it differently, added it to be another one in the line, something else, but they lost millions of dollars by introducing a better product. That makes no sense, right? But that was their brand. I just want to find the important things here, and I'm not even done with this stuff yet. It's so good. Okay. This is one, basically logo I told you is your face, it's not your brand. So if you design a logo, how I have the b.e.a.t logo, that is not my brand. That's my face, just like the Nike emblem. It's just an emblem. It reminds them of the brand. That's the connection there. Brand builds a special relationship. That's what a brand does. It builds a special relationship. What do we do for a living? We build relationships. So branding should be really easy for us. It builds a special relationship to people. And we build relationships. So we're all about relationship. So we should make that work very easily. There's a difference between Target and Kmart, but yet they start out the same way. Why is Target so much more successful than Kmart?
Marketing strategies.
The market, well, they branded themselves, and you know how many people call it Target instead of Target? They branded themselves to be the place where you can go for value, right? Lower prices, value at lower prices, but yet they kept themselves at a level of being more respected. That's how they branded. You know, they didn't brand themselves as Walmart either, right? They branded, I mean, people actually call them Target. I'm going to Target, you know, so they have a different brand. Now again, this one is a little bit longer. Brand is a mental mosaic of rational and emotional experiences. Now, when it comes to, I'm going to skip part of that. Did you know that most of your buying habits comes from your subconscious? That whether you're impulsive or a planned buyer, it's not coming from logic. Everybody believes, oh, that person, they know what they're doing all the time. They're so logical. What is the logic behind this? Well, purchasing is not connected to logic. It's connected to emotion. So think about that when it comes to our business of helping people. When they're purchasing from us, they're purchasing with their emotion, nothing logical. You could try to make it more and more logical to them, but they're still going to purchase with their emotion. So you can explain it in a very logical, clear-cut way. But if you didn't connect to them with emotion, they won't buy it. So these are just some steps. I don't want to overwhelm and tell you so many more because there's tons more, but I just wanted to give you that start, to give you that idea of branding yourself and finding a target market. What is your target market? And sometimes it's not what you pick. It picks you, in my opinion. In most of I really like this practical social media. He bores me lots of times because he talks and talks and talks, but when he makes a point, wow, his point is right on. I've done so many personal developments, and I listen to the same thing about branding and picking your target market, and Shalene has you draw somebody. Right? She has you draw what that person looks like. Imagine that person. Well, if I did that, and which I did, and I was not marketing to the right person, that did not work for me. My brand came from my why. And my why was recovering from cancer and living my life with my kids. That's my why. So how does that connect with this person that I'm supposed to draw? I drew a person my age. I drew a person, you know, and those various kind of things. Well, that didn't connect with me. I talk to guys all the time about products. That is not my market. Do I not talk to them? When I run ads right now, this has been a big mistake of mine. I'm running ads and my demographics are not including men because I thought my target market would be women my age. Wrong. Look at who you relate to. Look at who you talk to. Look who you focus on. Look who focuses on you. That's the big thing. Who's connecting to you? Who's reaching out to you? Write down their qualities. You found your target market. You could try your best to create your own niche, and you can, and it does work for people. But sometimes it backfires because you're wishing it goes this way, but your emotional brand is attached to somebody else. You need to know your emotional brand and then create your target, your niche, and then you create your content. And then you create which pictures go with that. And then you create what you want to do with it. You don't create content until you know what you're doing with your brand. And I know we're already all in this, but this is why it's really great. Try it now. Try to focus on your brand, which has to be connected to your values and have your why. From your brand, look to see how it connects to other people. And then your content, what you write, your advertisements, your posts, whatever you're writing, even your messages to people, have to have the same value and emotion that your brand does. Does that make sense? When you veer away from your brand, you take your marketing elsewhere, you're not connecting with anyone. And I've done that many times. And I keep doing that. I'm like, why isn't that ad working? I'll pump more money into it. It's not working. Why? Because if somebody said, hey, Stacy, here's an idea for you. Why don't you try this out? I tried it out. Well, it was great for them and it wasn't great for me. Why? It was their emotion. It was their brand, not mine. So lots of times people say, can I take your post? I'm like, sure, take my post. And then they come back, how did that work for you? And it doesn't work for me. Well, because it's geared under my brand. It's geared for my people that connect with me. So if you don't make it your own, it doesn't work. So if you do borrow my posts, which you know I go right ahead, take them. The one thing you need to do is change the wording, change something that has the value and your why, or there's nothing. It won't work. Okay, so I know I do a lot of talking there. Thank you, Lisa. I like that quote. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated every day, and consistency, compound effect. True compound effect there. So I would love some questions. You know, I know I throw up a lot of information there, and I have, trust me, I have pages more, but it's all, I don't want to overwhelm you. Any questions about that?
I have a comment.
Okay.
When you're trying to look for your niche or your target market, think about who and what topics you like to talk about. And a lot of time, and part of that would be your target market too. I'm finding it very difficult to think about my attributes and my qualities and things I like to do. I come up blank. But if you think about what you like to talk about and who you like to talk about, you know, who you like to talk with and not about, you know, that could help as well.
Exactly. It's really about being you. Never trying to change who you are. Many people that come into any business that they want to do immediately feel that they have to change to be that business. Well, now you've just lost your audience. You really have.
Yeah,
So it's about being.
If it's not fun for you to talk about, then it's not your niche.
Right. Right. Very good. Right. You know, and I guess when I was looking back in those messages and I'm seeing all these people that I talk to or other people sending, hey, my customer's asking me about this. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, for that disease, they would need to do that. Why am I ignoring that? Why am I ignoring that? All I do is help people with disease. Duh. So you'll probably will see a marketing change going on with me. That's for sure. Lisa, did you have something? I thought I saw a raised hand.
Did I what?
Did you have a question? I thought I saw a raised hand.
What did you say?
Did you have a question?
No, just driving in the car. No, I don't.
Okay. Jeff, I can see that there's a lot of wheels turning there.
Yeah.
Did something I say spark something or?
Well, yeah, something you said today and something you had said in the past as well. Being that I am older, you know, so I'm kind of thinking that would be more my niche. That, you know, people who think that they're too old, they can't recapture their youth, they can't exercise like they used to, they can't this, and they have all those negatives that I could be maybe showing them that, take small steps, like Lisa said, be consistent about it, and you can change the way you are. It's possible. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Yes.
I mean, you're not going to be 20. Let's face it. You're not going to be 20 again, but you can be the best you can be.
Well, I mean, that's huge because, see, that's what I was thinking too, that I needed to market to women my age, right? Because people always say, but you look so much younger, and well, it's a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
I don't wear makeup, so it can't be that, right? So it's a healthy lifestyle. So, but it wasn't my niche. It wasn't it. That's still not it, right? But my niche was, even deeper than that. So maybe you can go deeper than that. It's not just someone your age.
Right. Well, I did overcome a pretty severe shoulder tear as well. So, I found a way to get myself back into shape without lifting weights like I used to. So I had to kind of like recreate my program for myself and come up with different ideas and, kind of tiptoe around what I used to do.
Okay, so so you're marketing to your age that we can overcome adversities.
Right.
That there's ways to overcome adversities at our age, right? That's a great niche, right? But it's not just about our age and you can be as healthy as you could be, but more. You needed more value there. You needed more emotion. What emotion? It's not like if I just say I'm marketing to 50-year-old women, where's the emotion?
Right.
It needs to be a little, that's where it doesn't, trust me. I have pages of stuff that they were telling me today, and I am not even done with the things that I have to do to find my exact niche yet. So, but I'm a little closer, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel I'm a little closer. I'm not there yet, but I'm a little closer. Cheryl, what about you? What are you thinking?
I'm debating whether to focus on women that have had gastric bypass surgery.
I think that's an awesome focus for you. I think that definitely overcoming gastric bypass, what happens afterwards, because a lot of people actually gain weight afterwards.
I did that.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So that might be a great niche for you, but you have to connect the emotion with it that you go and you do this surgery to make yourself better, but it wasn't, it wasn't it. That wasn't the thing that did it for you.
It fixed it temporarily.
It was a Band-Aid.
Yeah, it was a Band-Aid. And then
change up here. Right?
Yeah.
So that's an awesome niche. And talk about gastric bypass and talk about that you've done that and gained weight. You put a great transformation picture up on your wall, but there was nothing there.
Yeah.
There was no post.
Well, that was it. I oopsed.
All right, but don't oops anymore.
Did you read my?
So next time, take that picture and put a whole story about your going to get the gastric, why you went and got the gastric bypass, going for it, doing it, and then what happened. The weight came back on because it wasn't your committed focus. It was Band-Aid. You had to learn how to have a healthy lifestyle. That has value. Don't get the surgery. Learn how to have a healthy lifestyle. There's definitely a balance there because, as a nutritionist, I believe that people need to try the healthy lifestyle first before they jump into a surgery.
Yeah, they tell you that, but
they don't do it.
You don't always remember it.
Yeah. But you're there now to remind people.
Oh, yeah.
You might be able to help people avoid surgery. I'm sorry to keep rubbing my shoulder. I just have no idea what I did, but moving my arm hurts. Like this. All right. Vic, what do you think about all this?
Well, I was thinking about, but I think this is unfortunate, but I think like people that relate to me are like people that party too much and drink too much. It's funny because when I post about how, because everybody that knows me on Facebook, like has known me for years, they all know, like I was at the bar every night, I was always partying, and they're like, what happened? So I have people when I post about, now being healthier, they message me and actually ask me like, do you still drink once in a while, or do you totally stop? Like, they're all interested in this whole thing because they're like party people, but I don't think those are the best people to try to get as customers because they want to party. So I think I'm kind of not in a good mood.
Well, not necessarily. You're talking about limitations, that you can do anything with limitations. On my wall today, I think it was on a Cantaloupe post, someone said, oh, this is so good, you know, I love eating healthy, whatever it was. And then her friend, who I don't know, she's not friends of mine, came back and said, oh my God, come on, you just drink all day. You know, you drink more than you eat healthy or something like that. And she came back and she said, it's Shirley Zajac. That's who it is. She came back and said, but there's a balance. I do it in balance. So that is maybe that is your target audience. You're going to teach them how to balance it.
Yeah, because I told her, I said, no, I still drink, just not like I used to. Not like I'm not at the bar every night and drinking, and that's what I do for, you know, I actually.
Though you had like a month there that it looked like you were at the bar every night.
I know, we had fun summer, but
Yeah.
I'm okay. But normally I would just, you know, never, you know, get back on track. I was just never caring about any of that. I would always just that was just my whole life, was just big party.
So there's nothing wrong with having an area to market to. It's a great area to market to because you know what? People our age that have been partying for so long, they're going to start coming across some major health issues. And if they're starting to come to you now, it's a thought in their head saying, I know I'm not doing the right thing for myself.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad niche to have at all.
I started to feel like that too, like I want to be around for a while, just because, you know, well, my daughter was going through all of the cancer thing with her dad and passing away, but she was like, please just be healthy and take care of yourself so you stay around for a while too. But even before that, I was thinking about, there's so many things I want to do, and I want to be around for a while.
And
I have things on my list.
you basically have an area. You just have to focus a little bit more on creating your brand, focusing a little bit more on making sure it's targeting is really precise, you know, and go that way. So you have an idea.
I don't want a bunch of like AA people or something. I don't want a bunch of people like, okay.
Yes, you do, because they already made the first step. They already made the first step. Now you're going to help them stay away from that junk.
Yeah.
You do want that. You know, I know a lot of people that even very famous people running the world that were once alcoholics or addicts and now are people running the world. They have the ability. You know, they do have the ability. Lisa,
Yes.
talk to me.
Well, my main focus right now is my kids and my weddings and trying to keep myself on track with all my injuries and issues and things going on. So
With all that going on, what's your brand?
You know, I'm not sure. I'm really struggling with that. I have a whole notebook full of notes. You were talking about notes. I have a whole page after page after page after page of notes from just a very short time in that university study thing, whatever you want to call it.
What were you doing?
I'm struggling with that. I'm not sure. Middle-aged women who have never been in shape that need to get into shape. I'm not sure.
Well, you know, I'll be very honest with you. That's whom you seem to be attracting.
Yeah, I do. Everybody I talk to is my age or older.
Yeah, so
Which
there's
is fine by me. I mean, I love them.
yeah, so there's nothing wrong with that being. I mean, the fact that you are injured, you know, you will attract people that want to see recovery. But you're going to continue, especially with the weddings coming up. I mean, for you. That's all it's about right now. And I mean, that's what your life's about right now. You put it out there. Never lose you. That's what it's about. And that post today, asking people for help, was awesome.
I'm trying to get out of my funk.
Awesome. I mean, I could give you 5 million exercises, but I didn't know what you really wanted to focus on there. But that was awesome. You're asking people, hey, and the people who are watching you basically is your target audience. Yeah. And they're going to understand this, that you want to get into that dress for, you know, we all have kids that age, you know, so they're going to understand, hey, I have kids that age. They're going to get married. I want to fit into a nice dress.
Yeah.
So You know your niche. You have it already.
Yeah, you know what I'm struggling with that, and I think it's a whole nother topic for another day, but I'm just going to throw it out there, is those target words, those hashtags, those niche words that you would use on Facebook to drive your posts and things to your target market. And I can't find the right words. I'm not finding them. Everything I plug in there is 0.
Menopause?
I didn't try menopause. Thanks.
Menopause.
I'm blushing.
I used it. It had 120 million.
Yeah, well, I don't want 120 million people looking at me, thank you.
No, but that's all right.
Menopause is state.
120 million, but that means 120 million people have mentioned menopause.
Yeah.
It's creating that ad.
Well, I wasn't really thinking along the lines of menopause, Stace.
No, but you want the people that are in that group. You want the people in that age group.
I get it.
Right? So for me, I'm trying to grab people from everywhere. I put Marine Mom down there. And the reason why I put Marine Mom down there is not to get people that are Marine wives, right? Or Marine sisters, Marine moms, because I want to get moms who understand what I go through with the Marines, but they're my age.
Yeah.
They might have health implications.
Right.
Right? I put ACL recovery all the time. ACL reconstruction I put in. So when you think of the tags that I'm using, how many people have your injury? Why not try putting your injury in?
Foot fusion. There you go.
Broken foot, right? Try different things like that. Put feet in.
I just couldn't, I went blank. I couldn't think of any words to throw in there to try to find my niche market or how to attract them to me, like people other than who are on my friends list.
Right, and that's where, you throw out those kind of hashtags. And I'm sorry, hashtag menopause is awesome for you because that's the age group that you're looking at. That's an awesome hashtag. I've used it before.
Yeah, metabolism stopped.
I put hormones in there. I put crazy hormone.
Yeah.
Think of things that.
Own personal summer.
Yeah. Hot flashes. Put that in there. I bet you'll get tons. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, fellas.
Everybody's here to help everybody's market right now, so it's okay. So your market, you can put in hot flash as a hashtag. See what you got. Put in menopause. And you can see, if you go onto Instagram and you just want to see, you don't even have to end up putting them in there, but you're putting a post in there and you start your hashtags before you get to comments, it'll come up and tell you how many million people have used it. That's awesome. They didn't do that before. They do that now.
They do it on Facebook too, and you do that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You want to make sure that if you can't say women over 50, but you can say menopause, you can say hot flash, you can say foot recovery, you can say broken foot, you can say foot fusion, you can say plantar fasciitis, because people have these things. And they have once Googled something to do with it. And that's where it comes from. And I think I'm going to have to start hashtagging my rotator cuff tear that seems to want to act up today because it's killing me. Craig, Mr.
Hey.
Superman, how you doing?
Good.
You hanging in?
I am.
Your brain's probably not working well right now, is it?
No.
No. So I'm not going to ask you to get your brand or target market going. I'll wait till you're all better, okay? Then we'll do our own private Zoom and we'll get you going. No, nothing for you. Lisa?
I'm here now, finally.
You look.
I lost you for a bit. I lost my battery.
That's okay.
I
Right.
find it hard to come up with ideas for hashtags,
Well, how about what do you think your brand is, and who do you think your target audience is?
I don't know. I guess it could be cancer patients myself, or people with knee replacements or joint replacements. Could probably do something like
really broad, right? So you're guessing more hashtags than you are targeting.
Right.
So your brand might be health recoveries.
Okay.
Recovering from some sort of health issue, very similar to mine. You and I have a similar brand,
Right.
right? we basically have the same brand.
Right.
I have my ACL recovery and I have cancer,
Right.
same as you. So we basically have the same brand. So that's what you're going to probably focus on, the value of recovering, no matter what it's from.
Right.
So maybe your brand is, about recovery.
Right.
So if you focus and add the value and the emotion in your post about recovering from this, recovering from that. This week's focus, I'm trying a new workout, and my knee, where I had replacement surgery, is giving me a little trouble, right? It doesn't have to be about cancer each time, but it could be about overcoming adversities and recovering. So I'm not going to tell you what your brand is. That's something you have to figure out. I can only give you ideas.
Right.
But you have to look back in the messages and the conversations that you had with people and see where your connections are.
Right.
What are they connecting to? Are they connecting to your post, or are they connecting to you? That's another thing I had to tear apart. Are they connecting to a post I did? Well, if that post didn't have some of the value and emotion to it that's connecting to my why, then they're not connecting it to me anyway. They're connecting to a post. And that's why it's really important that your content equals your target market equals your brand. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because you can't follow up then. It doesn't work. So I think that, if you go back and look in your messages, go back to see whom you connect with, who you have the best conversations with. They might not have bought anything, but they've had conversations with you.
Right.
That's who you're connecting with. If you're having conversations with you, it doesn't matter if someone bought something. You're having conversations. Our job is to build relationships. If you're building relationships, what are they talking to you about? And why? You have to know their whys. Their whys most likely equals yours. Right?
Okay.
I have so many people that come to me about health issues, and I'm trying to sell, one thing versus another thing. I'm selling myself differently. I have to be all about recovering myself. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more for me to study. Lisa knows this. Cheryl knows this. Has a lot of stuff in it. And I just did one. I'm not even finished with the first video of branding. This is what I got out of it. So it just shows I'm 25 minutes in it. I kept stopping because my internet kept stopping. But that 25 minutes took me 2 hours because my internet kept going out. But basically, when I got in there and I was writing those quotes, I went to my phone because I couldn't do anything on the internet, and I started looking at messages, and that's really started making me think. All right, any comments, questions, concerns, highlights? I'm going to shut off the recording.